In this community, hypertension, diabetes, no prenatal health care. Most of the babies born here do not go to nursery. They go to the NICU. It's an incredible work that they do, and if not us, who? I mean, before this was built, the women in this community had their babies in the back seats of cars in abandoned buildings. And the Daughters of Charity said, not in our backyard. This was one of the first buildings they built.
I've been here for almost 37 years now. I came here some time ago when I was the only doctor who took care of the very premature babies. And then there were two of us for many years. Now the service is large. There's 8 of us who are full-time specialists just to take care of the premature babies.
What's the number again?
You know, here is so many challenges. You're working not just the most vulnerable populations, and we're serving the poor, you know, to be on top of that, let alone, you know, their lack of education, the socioeconomic background. It really is hard, you know, for parents that come in and they're facing the unknown. They have no idea what the future is going to be ahead for them. You know, they don't know what the outcome is as far as like their babies, what they're going to be like. They have no idea.
We continue to walk down the middle of the road rather than walking next to the curb. Most of the marginalized are sitting on the curb. If we continue to walk where it's comfortable, nothing gets accomplished. You have got to walk to the side, to the peripheral, to the curb, and bring people into the center of the road. And the poor marginalized continue to sit on the curb. And it's a moral responsibility, a moral obligation. It's the ethical thing to do. And Scripture compels us to see God in the face of the poor.
We practice in a very, very difficult neighborhood, in a poor neighborhood, but our job is to take care of the sick and poor. I don't care who you are, what you are. That's my job, that's my staff's job, that's a hospital's job. That's the vision and mission of the Daughters of Charity, to say, we're here to take care of the sick and poor.
We, within the Daughters of Charity, have always talked about taking care of the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. So we really feel that some of the social barriers, some of the factors that affect health are all things that we, or in collaboration with others, need to provide.
We really work with the mothers up here. You know, so in this area, we have a lot of gang activity. And that's a huge problem for us, because there was a time when these young kids, 12 and 13, even now are having babies. Babies having babies. They would come and the baby would be born, and the guy who got her pregnant would disappear because the girl thought that if I have his baby, he's going to love me more. Doesn't happen, he disappears. So we went to the state some years ago to change the law. We said, if this youngster is the father of this baby, he and his family must be responsible for this baby. You can't just leave this. They changed the law. Now, they get that family responsible for that baby. It's really important. But it's important for my nursing staff, on the other hand, to make sure that they're kind to everybody.
I'm Angela, and I'll be one of the nurses taking care of you. All right. Are you in any pain right now?
No, not right now.
No? Good. Okay. Well, you just what?
I just had medication.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's good. And just let us know before the pain gets more than you can handle, and we can get more medication for it, okay?
Okay.
Good. Are you feeling dizzy or anything today? I saw you walked to the bathroom. That was good.
Yeah.
Good. And look at this little man we have here. What's his name?
Aaron Romeo.
Oh, beautiful. Look at this guy. He is so cute. Do you have any other kids?
Yes, I have 3 girls and 1 boy.
Oh my good. Oh, so the boy must be happy to have a brother, huh?
Yes.
Yes, I bet.
St. Francis Medical Center has been able to provide so many services to our residents because we know access is an issue. And through our delivery system, we've been able to gain the trust of the community we serve.
And it's like a symphony. Everybody is dancing around their bed doing their particular thing to save this individual's life. But it's better than Mozart or Beethoven because it's done with excellence and with compassion.
We care for each other. We work like a team, like a family. It's not just a business. And what I hear with people who work other places, kind of they get registry, they get travelers, they get people who come and go. Whoever comes here stays here. We very rarely lose a nurse unless they retire.
The reason we do so well here is because of the nursing staff. We have an incredible nursing staff. I have 156 nurses who work with me, both part-time and full-time. They do what they do with a passion. They're excellent in what they do. Some nurses have been with me for over 25 years. They came out of nursing school. They're now grandmothers. They love what they do.
I think the hardest thing is when we get babies who look big and healthy, and a lot of times something has happened, like the mom starts to bleed, and that the baby also is losing blood. So we had a baby that came in that was born, it was a C-section, and we had to resuscitate the baby, and we were resuscitating for 25, 30 minutes, giving chest compressions, breathing, helping the baby, giving epi, giving blood, everything we could do. And the baby didn't make it, and you don't want to give up, although you're realizing that around, once you're getting into 15 minutes of no heart rate or very low heart rate, that baby's not going to make it. And so it's hard when the mother is a C-section, they're kind of being sewed up and everything else. So when the baby, we got the mother over on a gurney, and it was devastating for her. Obviously they come in and they think, I have a full-term baby and it should be fine. And a lot of tears from everybody, the doctors, the nurses. It's heart-wrenching, and we try to get spiritual care frequently. Will help us. Brother Richard will come and pray with the families. As nurses, we all pray with the families and try to, comfort them. But it's, being a mother myself, when you see that, all you can think of is, what if that was my child and I had to go through that? And but yet, on the other end, you have to do your job too, So it's, I don't want to say those moments never get easier.
So this is a refrigerator unit that was built specifically for pediatrics and for babies. And so we do infant viewings here. And we have a particular procedure that we follow, wherein before we present the baby to the mother, we will take a baby cap and douse the baby cap heavily with Johnson's baby powder. Where's my baby powder? Whew. And then we'll douse the baby cap heavily with baby powder, and then we'll put the bonnet on the baby. And then we'll put the baby in this bassinet, wrap the baby in a warm blanket, and then we'll take the baby to the mother's room. And we'll wait for the mother to extend her hands, and until she does, will she receive the baby. And so then she'll accept the baby. She'll be able to cuddle the baby. Some of them actually try to nurse the baby. They just can't comprehend that the baby has already gone to God. And then we'll wait for the mother to hand the baby back. You never ask for the baby back until she's ready to hand her son or her daughter back to you. And put the baby back in the bassinet. And then before we leave the room, we'll take the baby's cap off and hand the cap to the mother so that she's not left with nothing. And the first thing she does with that baby cap, and smells that baby powder, and she keeps that for the rest of her life.
That's not the majority of my days. Most days I go home feeling really great from here. So that's where I feel lucky, is that most days are all we see are babies getting better and parents dressing them up. They look so cute, they look like real babies, and we're wheeling them out to their cars and they're going home. So that is the majority, most of the time, is what my job is now. And more, as you know, more and more technology. So that's what keeps you coming back. You know, it's we did it. This kid, I remember when he came in, was so sick, and now look, he's dressed up in little dresses and going home, and the parents are so happy. And so, that makes up for those really awful days that happen, unfortunately.
Is no matter who you are, where you come from, what your background is, socioeconomic, no matter what it is, we'll take care of you, because these babies are our future. Long after we're gone, they are the ones who will be here. And our job is to do the best we can and put out the best baby possible.